Well, hey everybody, welcome to Night Coop.
Welcome to episode 3.
Thank you guys for all the support that we've gotten so far. It's been absolutely great to see, and as always, subscribe and give us a 5-star review if you find the time.
If you find the time, we're super grateful for it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of positive commentary coming so far, which just warms our cold, wretched hearts like you wouldn't believe.
And also, you might notice that our voices sound slightly different this week. We've both been a little sick. With
the old sinus infection.
Sinus infection.
Got us both.
Represent, huh?
Like it used to when we were young.
Yes, and both of the doctors that we went to tried to tell us that it was strep throat, and we're like, no.
They did.
No.
We both went to urgent cares. I think we had different experiences, though.
I had a man who quoted Joe Rogan, which, let's take away your degree now, but...
and I told the woman before, she had me do the strep test or whatever. I'll get into that a little bit later because that was an experience. But she had me do the strep test, and then after it came back negative, she said, I'm still going to treat you for strep because sometimes, that test is not accurate.
Sometimes you're not accurate,
and I was
doctor.
like, or I said, as I explained, all of the pain is in my head and not my throat.
Why are you so determined for me to have strep?
Yeah, it's not.
It's what killed the guy that made the Muppets.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't take care of it long enough?
I think he just probably thought it was a cold. No, it took him right out. No, I don't know. I don't know the extent of the story. I just know that that's what got him.
So freaking bad the other day when I was picking up my antibiotic. Because I think I told you this. There was a woman, a very elderly woman, who was waiting to pick up. She wasn't waiting to pick up. Excuse me. She was asking a pharmacist what to do because her husband had COVID, and she looked in his mouth, and he clearly was developing strep throat, but she couldn't take him anywhere because he had COVID.
Right.
And so she was asking the pharmacist, like, what can I give him as a substitute over-the-counter wise that will work pretty much as well as getting an antibiotic from a doctor. And this fucking bitch next to me, who is trying to pick up whatever the hell she's picking up, she just goes, well, I don't want to get COVID from her. And I'm like,
would you shut up?
This elderly woman is standing here trying to get something for her husband, who is not in a good spot at all, and all you can think about is yourself?
Yeah, that's how a lot of people operate, though. They're just, okay, how is this going to affect me in this situation right now? And
there's a drive-through pharmacy. If you're that concerned about it, just go to that.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I told you on last episode that I was much louder than you, and I said, so today you're going to have to be louder, and right now you're speaking at a very quiet tone.
Well, I can't hear right now.
Okay, well...
That's probably... I feel like I'm talking louder than I am, I guess?
No.
Let me amp it up.
I'm just saying...
Rev up this engine.
I'm just saying that I don't want to be the loud one again, specifically now that I told you
you're
that...
always the loud one.
I understand.
It doesn't matter what scenario
I understand.
we're in. I could give it my all.
I understand. Are you being quieter because that man said you were shrill?
No, fuck that guy.
Okay.
There was a man online who said I was shrill.
You want to know something?
In the clip. No, in fact, the term he used was hormonal clench. What a fucking asshole.
What a fucking fuck, man.
I hope I make your ears bleed, you dick. I really do. I hope they bleed.
Yeah.
Watch me give a shit.
Nothing says your mom wasn't around quite like you being annoyed by the voice of women.
Yeah. No fucking kidding.
Sorry, bucko.
Your hormonal clench.
God. I don't know. Where are these
people? Where do you get off?
Where do you get off?
Honestly.
Hormonal clench.
And it's like he follows me.
These people, that's the other thing. It's like, if you hate me, go away.
Well, I just responded being like, you can stop paying attention to me, like, whenever you want.
But they can't. They can't.
That's the kind of
They'll never leave. They'll never leave. Okay. What do you say we go into the current events this week, shall we?
It's time for the news.
It's time for the news, people.
What do you got?
I got 3 of them.
I got a couple.
I got a few. So a man in Georgia got stuck in a pizza oven vent when he was trying to climb through it from a strip mall roof. Okay.
I love this story.
Well, you know what's crazy about this story is I read Associated Press because it's the most neutralized opinion, right?
Sure.
Not opinion, it's just the news. Okay. And they failed to mention for like 4 sentences that it was a Little Caesars. I thought this was like some Neapolitan place with a fancy oven that he somehow fell into. Whatever. And then once they said strip mall, I was like, strip mall. And then Little Caesars. But there was a woman who heard the voice of a man and couldn't find where he was coming from.
Where it was coming from?
Where it was coming from.
Or it was a customer?
She worked there.
Oh, God. Could you imagine working somewhere and just being there's a voice?
I would assume it was the ghost of Caesar.
Me too.
I would assume Little Caesar is in a lot of big trouble. He's just stuck in the vent.
You know, honestly, it being a Little Caesar, does that make it less of a crime?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can be really punished for that. It's like, what were you trying to do?
What was he trying to do?
You know, they didn't say it in the article.
He had no motive?
He had no motive.
He really wanted a job.
Maybe. I think honestly he was gonna try to break into the place and then got stuck and was like, oh, I was stuck on the roof and I was trying to get down. Oh, me? Robbing Little Caesars? What am I gonna take, $20?
Yeah, really. Pizza's so bad.
The pizza is bad, but it's kind of like toppers in college.
No, it's not.
It's not? I thought they were all the same breed.
I mean, it was not good, but it wasn't Little Caesars bad.
I don't think I've ever had Little Caesars, to be totally honest. I've been in there before.
Isn't it made out of like rice? I think the crust is not entirely wheat. I think it's like it's cheaper than wheat crust. I swear to God, I think I'm right about this. I'm gonna look it up.
Man.
I'm gonna look it up. I wouldn't just talk shit on somebody without having the facts.
But they got the $5, right? Still? They got a $5 pizza?
Little Caesars.
$5 pie.
Ingredients.
It's probably just like certain types of acid and stuff. Acid? What do I think Little Caesars is a power plant?
I mean, they're saying it's wheat flour.
Well, of course they're saying it's wheat flour. You know what I mean? Just like me saying I'm at least 50% muscle, you know?
Right.
Probably not.
What percentage muscle do you think you are?
No, I actually think I'm probably about half and half. Half muscle, half fat. No.
Well, you got bone.
No. Boo. I fall apart.
I feel like is it a movie or something
where they lose bones?
Harry Potter.
Yes. He loses bones and then it's the wiggly arm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, your story. Go ahead.
My first story is, let me pull it up. My first story is that I think it was Florida again. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Florida deputies, they had to use a taser to stop a man who tried to avoid arrest by trying to get away on his lawnmower. Which I love it. Oh God, do I love it. When they finally, all they were trying to do was actually hand out his arrest, what's it called?
The paperwork?
Yeah. Being like...
The warrant?
Yeah.
For his arrest?
Yeah, he had a warrant for his arrest.
And he ran away on the lawnmower?
He tries to get away on the lawnmower, which what kills me is like part of like what his arrest entailed was like Grand Theft Auto. Like...
You know what would be funny though is if he's trying to leave, but he still has to do like a design in the yard. Like he's like, oh, I gotta make the pattern.
I gotta get this done.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, when they got to him, he did have a revolver and meth on him, which.
What do you mow your lawn with?
Right, you have to have all the
I mean, if you want to do it quickly, you're gonna be on some meth from time to time.
Hey.
And the gun thing, I mean, that's Florida. That's protection.
Yeah.
Gotta have that.
Because who knows who's going to come up to you when you're on your lawnmower? Could be the cops.
It could be the cops, so you better be prepared.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But, yeah, he had some other charges, and unfortunately he did not get away entirely on his lawnmower.
Well, they don't go as fast as they used to, I suppose. How fast do they go? Like 20, maybe 20 miles an hour? No.
Yeah, maybe.
I would say
flying
like, on that thing.
I'd say they go like 10 miles an hour.
10 miles an hour?
10 miles an hour? I'll put money on it.
Yeah, well, what about a John Deere, though? John Deere, how fast does that bad boy go?
Let me say, well, at the same time, you're doing something. You don't want it to go too fast.
I gotta hand it to John Deere. What a monopoly that guy has. Is it a guy, or is that just the name of the company?
How fast does a
lawnmower go?
It wouldn't go that fast, Kelly, because you run faster than somebody on a lawnmower, really. How fast does a lawnmower go? About 4 miles per hour.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, maximum speed of 70 miles.
I mean, I guess you are chopping grass while you do it. It's not just
you don't want to go too fast.
ATV.
You go so fast, you turn around, there's like a sculpture built.
Dang it! I built beautiful art again.
I didn't mean to.
I did not mean to.
What's your next story?
Alright, I want to talk about this monkeypox situation because everyone's up in arms about it, but only 30 people in LA have gotten monkeypox.
This is honestly, call me ignorant, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
This is the first you're hearing of monkeypox?
I haven't heard of it. What?
Monkeypox has been...
How long ago did you hear about it?
Like months ago.
Really?
Yeah, like literally months ago.
Okay.
They said, hey, monkeypox is coming over, and everyone was like, no, it's not. But here's the problem, there's stricken communities where men have sex with a bunch of other men. Okay? So they're thinking that there's probably going to be some type of an outbreak out in West Hollywood. You know how crazy you guys are. And they're thinking that it's going to happen out there or whatever. Yeah, but it's basically, it's disgusting. I mean, it's like chicken pox, but they're like boils that like swell up. And you get a fever, you get the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. You know, you get it. But anyways, I'm thinking 30 people for Los Angeles with the amount of...
Not that many.
Not that many. You know? But they're...
Do you die? You just get
antibiotics?
I
don't think... Well, you can't get antibiotics. It's a virus. You gotta wait it out.
What do you put
14-day incubation period.
Incubation?
No, what's the word? I don't know. Isolation.
Incubation.
You go back to being a baby. They put you in a little, like, rock.
Under a lamp.
Under a lamp. Good luck. No, let me tell you this. You get all that stuff, you don't want to be in the light. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit in the dark and not look at yourself.
I wouldn't look at myself.
Yeah. Well, this guy in LA posted pictures being like, you don't want this. And it's like, who was like, maybe. Like, who, like, before you posted pictures of it, I thought.
I was hoping to get it.
I was hoping, like, what? And he put just a picture. He didn't even look like he got it that bad. You know? Like, he had, like, one monkeypox on his...
A pock.
He had a pock.
If you will.
A pock. He had it on his thumb. And I was like, ugh. You know? It just looks like you have, like, herpes everywhere. Really.
Lovely.
I know.
But 14 days isolation period?
Yeah.
No antibiotic? You get to put that... What's that stuff that you put on when you had chickenpox as a kid?
It's like a lotion. Ugh.
Oh, God.
Ugh, God. Yeah. I forget what it was called, but it was, that stuff was gnarly. But he was saying, he was like, the lotions don't really help. He was like, it's very painful. Which, sucks. But here's my thing. Can we have 5 minutes without something? Can we have 5 minutes without something going on?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I said it the first time we were going to do the news.
What?
Things keep happening.
That's the thing about the news.
That's the thing about the news is that luckily this segment never runs out of content.
There's always some news.
There's always something to talk about.
Yeah. Anyways.
Next story.
Go ahead, next story.
Jill Biden.
Jill?
Yeah.
Or Joe?
No. I'm talking about the right one. That's her
talking
name.
about Jill? Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Jill and Joe. Ugh. That's exhausting.
Yeah, she had to apologize on Tuesday for saying Latinos are as unique as San Antonio breakfast tacos during her speech to the nation's largest Hispanic civil rights and advocacy organization.
You guys.
Do we have nobody proofreading?
You guys are just like tacos.
You guys are so unique. You're like a taco to me. The fuck?
What?
What is... What? What?
What? What?
And she...
When she goes to Germany, is she like, hello, my little hot dog?
Hello, my Wiener Schnitzels. You guys are just as crazy
You guys
as a
are nuts.
Bavarian pretzel. What?
What? You know what, though? I bet Joe read that and was like, that's good, honey.
That's good. I think that's a really nice way to... she like came out saying, you know, I in no way wanted to do anything that... And my intent was to show love to the community. By letting everybody know how much she loves tacos. And therefore, that lines up with how much she loves Latinos.
That literally feels like a line out of a Family Guy speech.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's our first lady.
Like, I'm surprised that she didn't get up there and go, hola!
I mean, honestly. The bar's low. The bar's low.
The worst part is that a lot of these people truly have the purest intention in mind. They are so unbelievably unaware. It's like, nothing confirms that you only hang out with white people like that.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Because even if you're like, what, I'm a good person, it's like, nobody's saying you're not.
Nobody's saying you're not trying. But it's just sometimes you try and you still fail.
Yes.
Sometimes you put in your best effort and it's still not, it's not working. And that didn't work. That was not, it wasn't okay.
You know what? I would have really loved it if she had leaned into it though. Being like, you are like a Southwest taco. You people, when I look at Southwest tacos and the meat and the beans and the cheese and the
cilantro
and the cilantro and the crunch of that taco, I think of you people.
Her mouth is watering.
She's like, mayonnaise. I love you guys. She's just salivating on stage. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
He's like, Jill.
Jill.
Her top's off.
Don't even get me started about you street corn people. Insane. Insane. All right, my next story.
You got one more?
I got one more. All right. So did you hear about this? This is so silly. I love it. I love it when people who are dead still play pranks. You know.
Sure.
So Van Gogh, he had a painting in England. They found this out that there was a painting, a head of a peasant woman. Not gonna be. I mean, I saw the painting. Not his best work. Okay. The bonnet this bitch is wearing takes up the whole frame. It's like, clearly he made a mistake while painting her and was like, I'll just cover it up with a big old bonnet.
Yeah.
Nobody,
and then he did the outline of the bonnet and he was like, it's not entirely even, and then it got bigger and bigger.
Yeah. He kept doing an outline. It was like another shadow. And then it ended up kind of taking up the whole frame. But they recently found, they were doing an x-ray of the painting. I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing.
How do you do that?
Maybe they wanted to see if the bitch actually just had a huge tumor underneath the bonnet. So they do an x-ray of the painting.
Yeah.
They do an x-ray of the painting and
they looked down at the painting. They're like, okay, hold your breath.
All right, stand still. Hey, can you put this metal metal sheet over you. What does it do? They got that weird.
It's so that it protects your arteries
from radiation. Is that the whole deal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so they do an X-ray of it, and behind it, he had done a self-portrait painting that he put behind the canvas.
This guy.
So there we go again, finding a new Van Gogh painting. And people are like, you don't see this a lot. And I'm like, the man cut off his ear. He's full of crazy ideas.
Yeah, he's not. If anyone's gonna throw us for a loop, it might be him.
It might be Van Gogh.
It might be Van Gogh. Still, it is so interesting how cutting off your ear
will always top anything you do.
It will really.
You can't bring him up without mentioning.
No. You can't bring up Van Gogh without mentioning the fact that he cut off his ear.
Like you can't bring up R. Kelly.
No. But
without mentioning that he has 2 ears. Go ahead.
She's proud of that one. As you should be. That was a good one.
It's nonstop over here. Go ahead. Your next story? Do you have one?
No, I just said the 2.
I only had 2.
We've been talking about the news for like 10 minutes.
Okay, we're moving on. Okay, so how have you changed this week? Let me ask you that.
Okay.
Because I've changed. You've changed.
Here's how I've changed. I have 2 things. But I'll start with the first one.
Okay.
Obviously. Like, they don't have to go in a particular order.
Well, why would you start with number 2?
Right. Anyway.
Go ahead with number 1.
Number 1. I think I am entirely over listening to sad music.
I am so glad you brought this up because I think you're done with it too. No, I agree. I don't like listening to sad music anymore either.
I'm done. I'm done with it for the most part. And I don't know if it's because, like, yeah, I'm content with my life right now, whatever. But, like, I just don't care to feel worse on a day-to-day basis than I guess I already feel. Yeah. I guess that's what I'm getting at, is that it doesn't help. It's not helping anymore. I don't know if it ever did.
The only one I can still listen to is Bon Iver.
Yeah, Bon Iver's great. But, like...
Because that's, like, soothing. I'm not really thinking about emo things. I'm just sitting in, like, a mood.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, other songs, like if you even dare put on that song Somebody Else by the 1975, get out of my apartment. Get out of here.
I don't need to do it anymore.
No.
I think it's like when I was between the ages of, 18 and 26, 27, I feel like I was at a different, I don't know, just a different point mentally, but I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to sit in it the way that I used to.
The feelings hurt differently now. It's not like I need to wallow and be dramatic. Yeah. And I'm not calling myself dramatic back then because, you're right to feel whatever you need to feel at the time. And, we were young, 21, 22, whatever. But now I'm like, I am 29 years old, okay? I don't have the time to sit and think about what could have been with someone who wasn't right for me. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not, you're moving on. And I feel like now when things go badly, I'm just like, okay, moving on. Mm-hmm. All right, back at it. Yeah. Things are just going to, like, kick you while you're down. You have to accept that and keep moving. Yeah. I don't have the capacity. I also, like, when I listen to certain things at this point, I'm going... shut up. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, well, you get to a point where you're like, okay, my feelings don't define me. Right. You're like, when you're younger, it's like, oh, it's the end of the world, blah, 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 blah. Like, I've been hurt, I've been betrayed, I've been whatever the hell, and you're like, okay, the world's out to get me, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, No, there's so much going on outside of how you feel.
Right, there is. And it's like there's this artist that I started listening to a few years ago, and this is not to, say he's doing a bad thing or anything like that. I like his music a lot. His name is Joji, or it's Joji. I'm not exactly sure of the pronunciation, but I've listened to some of his music over the past few years, and like he just came out with a song that's like huge on TikTok right now called Glimpse of Us, and like I listened to it next to my boyfriend. My boyfriend was literally like, he's an asshole. Like, you're talking about being with somebody and thinking of somebody else half the time. And I think when I was a lot younger, I would have been like, oh, this feeling of like, you're with somebody, but what could have been with somebody, like I used to romanticize that, and I just don't anymore. I don't. Like, I looked at him and I was like, yeah, that is a dick move to be. And it's like, that's the difference between being like 23, 24 and being almost 30. It's like at almost 30, you're like, yeah, you shouldn't do that to people.
Yeah, I think what ends up happening is you're like, when you're younger, maybe you're thinking like, oh, I'd rather be with at least somebody than be alone.
Yeah.
And that's something that people, though, are gonna feel their entire life if they never grow out of that stage.
Right.
Yeah.
But
that all being said, yeah, I listened to that song and I was like, what the fuck is this guy on? This guy's sad as shit, dude. I was like, and then I looked at his picture and I was like,
I know, he doesn't look like he would.
No, he just doesn't. He looks like he skateboards.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I think he originally started doing like comedic stuff on YouTube and then moved into music.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. That classic, I'm not too funny, but I guess I'm hella sad. White blind.
The old bit.
The old bit. Well, that's interesting. I'm glad you've changed in that way.
Thank you.
I think it's better for your mental health. I think it's better for all of us.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so how I've changed. I am a Lindsay Lohan fan. I think I am. Not only did we watch Freaky Friday this week, but I saw this picture from when she had her court case or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And do you remember when she's leaning on the table and she has "fuck you" written on her nail?
Yeah, that rocked.
That is beautiful. Celebrities these days are not doing fun things like that.
They're not. They're too scared.
They're too scared. They're the victim in everything now.
Yeah.
Like that new Demi Lovato song where she's like, substance, or whatever the hell is going on. It's like part of rock and roll. I don't know what she's trying to do here, but part of rock and roll is not being so blatantly victimized,
corny
in your own hell.
It's corny.
It's corny, and I love Demi Lovato. We all know this. I think that she's the perfect storm of what the fuck is happening.
I think it's they. I think it's still they.
I checked her Twitter, her thing. It's she, her, they, them.
All right.
Pretty sure. Hold on, let me check. But I'm pretty positive. Ever since she made, whatever it might be, they, them, she, her. Ah!
Wow,
nice.
Look at that.
Yep. Anyways, well, let me make sure I got the pronouns right while I tell her that her new song sucks ass.
It's bad.
So anyways.
Regardless of who you are.
Yeah, it's just not good. Go back to Cool for the Summer. We all like that. We all like that. Actually, when it came out, people were like, what the hell? But anyways, back to Lindsay Lohan. Now, like, I was thinking, like, how funny it would be to, like, if you're in court and you, like, put your finger and the finger says, like, look over there. And then they look over there and you're like this. And the finger on your right hand now says, now look back at the left. And you keep
changing
it and moving it and whatever.
It's like, well, they used to do that thing. What was it on? Was it on Instagram where it would be like, look in the corner? No, look in this corner.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
And then at the end, it would be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. But
You want to do that with your nails in the courtroom when you're there for what reason?
oh, I don't know. Or things like like you're sitting and your nail just says like I have IBS or something.
This is why you like Lindsay Lohan, because it's given you an idea for a joke when you're in the courtroom. Is there anything else about her that you?
No, not really. That'd be it. I'm a Lindsay Lohan fan because I'm inspired by her bit. She had a bit. She had a great bit. God forbid. I also think she crushed it in Freaky Friday.
She does crush it.
She had a couple of years there where she was, really crushing it between Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
Oh yeah.
Mean Girls.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Friday, yeah.
She was doing great.
Yeah.
And then
then she went and partied with Paris Hilton.
Things went a
That's
little.
what happens.
Well, things also went a little bit awry with her, and I saw pictures of them back in the day. These girls, they were so skinny.
Oh, they were so skinny. Yeah, and now we have the same problem, but we have it with plastic surgery and all that bullshit.
We really do.
So it's the same thing. Unrealistic expectations for a body. You want a real expectation of a body? Go to the Iowa State Fair. Yeah, go ahead and see. You'll see a woman, let me tell you.
You'll see what people are really, they're out and about looking like.
Yeah. All right, who do you have beef with?
I have beef, and I'm gonna try not to bring work so much into this, but my beef is with a customer that I had this past week.
Okay.
And I work in customer service, and I work in a restaurant. And there was a person who came to me the other night and looked at me and said, "Hi, I just posted your desserts on this Instagram page, and since I did that, like, how cute is that? Since I did that, what can you give me?" And I said, "What can I give you?" And he said, "Yeah, because I did this, so, like, what samples can you?" And I said, "Well, we don't do samples." And he said, "Well, I just did this really nice thing for you, so what can you give me in return? Like, what sweet treats can I have because I did this nice thing for you?"
This is not a real fucking person.
This is a actual conversation that I had.
How entitled do you have to be? You manipulative little rat.
So, and then it's like I look at him and I just go, "I'm sorry." I said, "If you like something, you can purchase something, but we don't give samples." And he looks at me and he just goes, "I don't understand."
What do you mean you don't understand?
So, I'm confused. Which is it? Okay, so either you don't understand and you're stupid, or you're an entitled prick who doesn't want to hear no. Which is
what it is. That's what it is.
You actually don't understand the concept? You dumb in the head? You actually do not understand it, or you're being an asshole. Either one, I would hate to wake up and be you.
Yeah.
Like,
also, you should see a picture of this fucking guy, because she showed me a picture of him, and he looks like...
Yeah, because I found the Instagram page that he so kindly put a poorly done picture of our shit on. Okay? Yeah. I found the Instagram page, and then it's like his name is right there, and I click on it, and I'm going, "You're not a real person. You're not
Truly,
a real human being."
His face looks like every morning he wakes up and puts like surfboard wax on it. It looks so weird.
It's an insane face, and I don't mind making fun of it because it's not his actual face. It's not real. He paid to make it look like that. Why? I don't know.
Criminal.
Whoever did that to this young man, you should go to jail.
Someone hopped over to Mexico to get some cheap surgery, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you one thing. But at the end of the day, it's like...
He took a picture of the plastic surgery place and was like, "I deserve something for free."
And they're like, "Oh, you want something for free?" And it's like, I looked at him and like his sugar grandpa or whatever the hell came over and decided to purchase an eclair from us.
This is a disgusting situation.
Yeah.
I literally hate this, all of this so much.
And he's like, "You're not going to give me anything for free?" I'm looking at him going, "Honey, I know that you've been giving away a lot for free. Okay? Yeah, you're looking at me, I'm looking at him, I'm looking at you. I get it. Okay? Life's hard. But just because you are walking around doing this does not mean...
Wait, sugar grandpa, what do you mean?
He was old as fuck.
Oh, and they were together?
Yeah. I just am going... My beef is, like, I'm at a point with these people who it's like, at the end of the day, what would have happened if the conversation continued between him and I, if this other man didn't come over and actually purchase something, I would have gotten so frustrated that I would have been like, I'm sorry you don't understand. And then he would be like, oh, so you're calling me stupid? You're calling me stupid, a customer? Like, you know, that's where it's gonna go. And it's like, well, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm at a point where it's like, what do you want me to... It's a lose-lose situation with these people. Because they're pretending as though they're innocently being, you know, either, like, attacked or, like, they
with
are...
With that rubbery of a face.
With that rubbery of a face, you're coming to me.
I know that you guys might think, like, oh, Kelly, you're really attacking this person's facial features. Let me be so abundantly clear. If you suck... I have the right of way.
And I agree with that wholeheartedly.
That's why you should be nice to people, or else they're going to call you ugly. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Because you want to know something? No one makes fun of the truly ugly person who's as sweet as a button. They go, oh, they're quirky. But yeah, they're cool. They're nice. They're great. But if you're a little bitch and you look like when you wipe your makeup off, it goes, then yeah, you're an uggo. Sorry.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, I have beef with this person. I don't care to ever see them again. I hope I don't. And I just, yeah, they piss me off. I get hot.
Okay.
That's the thing. I get hot, you know? And
I don't... The face gets red.
The face gets red, I get angry, and I'm just, I get concerned. I'm like, I hope I have the skill set to de-escalate this. That's the thing, is that I thought I always had, like, an answer for things in regards to customers, and, like, over the years, like, I've learned a lot, and people still keep surprising me. They really do. They really still put me in spots where I go, what?
Well, I'll flip this around for you, and I'll tell you who I've got beef with, because mine is from the opposite perspective. Because I'm the consumer, and I was dealing with people in customer service, okay? I went to this store in the mall.
Oh, this makes sense.
I went to this store in the mall where, look, I understand you're on commission, okay? I've worked at David's Bridal. I get the gig, okay? I understand what you're trying to do, all right? If I say I'm just browsing, leave me alone. Leave me alone, number one.
It's simple.
Don't continue to show things off to me. Don't continue to do that. I understand. Whatever. Okay? There is this one woman who works in this store, and whenever I go into... It's like a Francesca's knockoff type of bullshit, okay? Whenever I go into this store, this woman follows me around like a hawk. And to a point where I go, I don't even know if I want to go in anymore, okay? So the other day I go in anyway, because I'm looking for something, okay? I go in, I pick out these two things, and her little little side person is trying to help me out too.
Sales associate, were you going to call them a henchman?
I was thinking about a henchman, yeah, something like that. Okay, I was thinking servant. I was thinking, yeah, okay. Sales associate is like, the second I pick up an article of clothing, she goes, "Can I put that in a room for you?" I'm like, okay, all right, fine. Put it in a room.
Gun to your head.
The second I pick up another one, you want me to put that in a room? Sure. Great.
Go ahead.
After that, I go, I'm not picking up anything else. I just gotta try these two on, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, okay?
Yeah.
I put them both on. They honestly both look good. I go, hey, maybe I'll drop $120 in here because they both look very good.
Wow.
I'm like, these are cute. So then all of a sudden, I get a little knock on my dressing room door, okay? And she goes...
Little birdie.
She goes, this woman goes, yeah, I have two more for you actually to try on. Do you want to take a look at them?
Ooh.
Well, first she goes, I have two more for you to try on. And I go, okay. And she goes, do you want to open the door so I can give them to you? I go, sure. So I open the door, I take them. They're fugly as shit, okay? So I'm like, okay, you don't know my style literally at all, bitch. So I don't even try them on because I'm like, these are hideous, okay? So before I even take off the thing that I've been trying on, another knock on the door. And she goes, yeah, hi, I actually have 4 more for you. And I just go, you know what?
I just want you to stay.
I go, you know what? I don't really have the time. I'm sorry. I go, I'm just, kind of in a rush. She goes, oh, okay. And I can just feel the energy of the ringleader mad. I can feel it. I can feel it in the dressing room. I'm like, she turned around. She said she doesn't want to try on these 4 items. And the other one was like, what the fuck? So then I hear a conversation happening from the main woman who annoys me every single time to the girl who
is this the one with the short hair?
The woman with the short hair. She just pisses me off in a way I can't even describe.
I know.
So then the woman, there's a girl who's probably in her teens, maybe college, okay, in the dressing room next door. They bring her 6 items.
I'd be pissed.
6 items. And she goes, yeah, none of these are really like my style. Like, thank you though. And the woman goes, really? You don't like any of them?
This place is gonna go out of business.
I swear to God, I was like, if I had an inch of more anger pent up inside me, I would have opened the door and been like, would you leave her alone? Would you? I thought about calling them when I got home and go, hey, from someone who's been in your store multiple times, okay?
You need to back the fuck up.
You need to back the fuck up. And I would tell them, I was going to buy $120 worth of clothes. But you were so fucking annoying that I said, forget it. I'm going to go to Marshall's where I know they'll leave me alone. Because they have too many people in there. They have too many clothing things. There's too much going on in Marshall's for them to give a shit about whether or not I walk in and I walk out.
Yeah, definitely.
So here's the thing. When you tell me to buy from small businesses, okay, and I understand, when you tell me to give them a chance, let me explain this to small businesses out there. What?
I think that's a chain store.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't be.
I don't think it's a small business.
Okay, small businesses are in the clear. But mid-sized businesses... Mid-sized businesses, I'm done. I've had it up to here with you. I've had it up to here with your employees. And the Francescas, they have actually complained. People that worked at Francesca's were like, you don't understand. It's our job to follow you around. I don't care what your job is. You can have the job and be on commission, okay, and not be annoying. I was on commission at David's Bridal, and you know what I did? I hid between the dresses.
You called out 4 times a month.
Yeah. Hated that job. It's awful. Awful. Let me tell you this. David's Bridal clientele, they don't care about you, and I don't care about them.
Got it.
Got it. All right, what are we doing? What the clock?
Yeah, what the clock.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you can probably tell, and as we explained earlier, Kelly and I both got diagnosed with sinus infections this past week.
And scoliosis. Years ago.
So many years ago. But bringing it up now because it's still a part of who we are.
Yes.
The brace stabilized, it did not fix. Okay. When I went to go to the doctor, there was, first of all, my health insurance, I guess, is bad enough that the copay for the urgent care was $80, which, criminal behavior. $80 for the woman to walk in and go, I'm a student. God.
They know you're in a pinch. They know you're in a pinch.
They know I'm in a pinch. But, if she walks in, she's a student from Romania. I'm going, I love it when I pay $80 for somebody who's trying it out. Okay? So, she, bless her heart, she was very sweet, okay? Mm-hmm. But she definitely, there were a couple things where I was like, it could have gone smoother. I'll give you a C is passing, okay?
Okay, but how good of a job would you have done? You know what I mean?
No, totally.
Yeah.
She and I had a great rapport, great time.
I always get along with the people who aren't good doctors. Let me tell you that.
So, she comes in to do my strep test. All right. She comes in to
Did you pass?
She comes in. She goes, okay. So they have the wooden stick that they press on your tongue, and then they have the thing that they jab in the back to get the the sample, if you will. And I tell her, I go, just so you know, I have a very
Bad reflex.
I have a kind of a hyperactive gag reflex, which everyone thinks is all fun and games.
No one thought it was fun and games. Go ahead.
Anyway.
Oh, here's a girl that easily gags. Great.
And it's not like I'll puke. Okay?
Yeah, we're not like it's like
literally. So she goes, oh, okay. So she goes to do the test. She puts the wooden stick on my tongue. She presses it down. I'm going, oh no. And she starts sticking in the back of my throat. I'm like, she's like, oh. I'm sitting there as calm as I can, and I'm like I'm sorry. And she's like, no. And she moves to another corner, and I'm like, tries
to be whipped around.
She is doing whatever she can to get this sample, and I am there is clearly I'm gonna puke. I'm going to puke on this poor Romanian woman.
She puke on her, she wipes off her glasses, she goes, ah!
She finally kind of gives up and my stupid ass, I just look at her and I go, do you think you got enough?
Did you get it?
Did you? There's half a hamburger on the stick. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
I got a sample.
Half a hamburger? What do you eat? Food like a seagull?
Yeah, anyway, so it turned out to not be strep, which I knew, we all like to go through things, I guess. So they, maybe she was like, I've never done a strep test before, and they were like,
okay, we gotta get your training in.
Yeah, we gotta get your training in. So maybe that was the, God bless anybody who's in the medical field. In no way am I being disrespectful towards her. She was very nice and wonderful.
Hey, we're all trying our best.
We're all trying our best. She was doing what she could, but I mean, when she had that thing down my throat and her stance, that's when I looked.
Was she doing like Steve Irwin with a cross?
Yeah, literally. And that's when I was like, okay, what? Honestly, what the clock?
What the clock? Okay, so my what the clock is okay. Obviously, I have to follow a lot of comedians on social media, and so do you, etc., etc. Okay. The thing that makes me go what the clock is if I follow you under the impression that you do comedy, and you follow me because you met me in a comedy realm, and whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, and all of a sudden you're posting naked pictures. That is. I did not have the understanding.
That's what I was signing up for.
That's what I was signing up for.
Absolutely.
And I'm all for any of that. But when I'm just scrolling and then all of a sudden you're there.
There's a difference between the old thirst and the old whoa.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There is.
Yeah.
There's a difference between that shirt, that's sexy, that's cute.
I don't like people.
Oh boy.
I don't like it when people pose naked while also trying to be funny. It's not funny. You're just being naked.
Unless you want me to find it funny that you're naked.
But they don't.
They don't.
They're like, isn't this sexy and clever? I'm funny and naked. And I'm like, no.
No, it's not that clever. Everybody has a naked body that they could easily show if they wanted to.
I just don't. It's tacky.
It is tacky.
There's no class. Whatever happened to some fucking class, man?
I agree with you.
I really don't understand.
I mean, again, totally fine. If you want OnlyFans to be a thing, I'm not saying that, like.
But I just.
You're throwing people off when you meet us and we're all laughing and we're having a good time, and then we're like, let's follow each other on Instagram, and all of a sudden it's your tits on the screen. You're throwing me off.
I didn't sign up for this.
I didn't sign up for that.
I'm on Instagram. I'm not on these other sites.
Yeah.
Read the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
And again, I'm not shaming you for doing whatever, but
no, I don't care that you're doing it. It's just I wouldn't sign up for it if I knew that's what you were doing.
yeah, I also just, some of it I'm like, okay, this is tasteless. This is tasteless.
Yeah.
You
could at least have it be high quality photos.
God forbid.
God forbid you set up a light.
We're talking about the same bitch.
Of course we are.
We're talking about the same bitch right now.
Well, you're talking about the same bitch the second you started talking.
I know.
We didn't even discuss this prior.
We didn't, but we know who we're fucking talking about.
Oh boy.
Isn't that how it goes? Alright, hen house open mic.
Let's do it.
Alright, the topic this week is betrayal, folks. I have a poem. What do you got?
I have a poem.
You have a poem too?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you go first this week?
Alright. Get out my cough.
Mm-hmm.
You said you didn't. You said you wouldn't. You said it wasn't like you. You said you couldn't. Yet each time I asked, the nerves would grow bigger. When the truth came out, I said, go figure. You kept up the lie with a guise so sly. I tried not to pry, but in the corner of my eye, I saw you from afar. And when they question me, I'll say the truth, it was you who stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Chocolate chip, man, it was big. You could have split it. You could have thought you'd eat the whole thing and I would still hit it. You thought you were on a diet. Now I know that you quit it. Now you know why your pants are not fitting. Now I know we gotta change the jar from ceramic to see-through so I can see through when you lied to me.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was actually really good. And I understand that it's a joke because, you know,
It is talking about a cookie in a
cookie jar, but it was actually very good. There are moments where, you know, how you used to rap and everything, you still kind of do a little bit, comes out. And it came out in that one with all the rhyming.
The rhyming is very, I will say this, it's very easy for me to put together a rhyme. I think I wrote that in like a minute and a half, maybe.
Of course you did.
But that's not in a bragging sense, that's just
That's how your brain works.
that's how my brain works. I just rhyme. I just rhyme. I just like, I've met numerous people who are just like, I just can't stop rhyming, you know.
Can't stop rhyming. I can't stop this beat, dude, in my head.
This. But yeah, that's my poem. It's about, you know, and the thing is that if I knew somebody who stole a cookie from the cookie jar like that, we'd have issues.
Oh, definitely.
We'd have issues. The
Can't
final
take
one, are you
can't
kidding
take
me?
final cookies like that. What are you, out of your mind? So, mine is called Green Day. Okay.
Okay.
I hit him with a TTYL. No response. His status said, away. We had talked for hours. No response. Suddenly, an away message. Wake me up when September ends. I thought we had a connection. But more importantly, it was March. This one's a twist.
So he'd be gone a while.
Exactly. Exactly. How long would he be gone for? I don't know.
Months.
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 Some might
Months
say.
he'd be away.
Yeah, yeah. So he's away for a minute. Imagine the betrayal. You just talk to this guy for hours.
I feel like you have been betrayed in that sense.
Like someone talked to me for hours and then they ignored me. I have been betrayed in that way, yes. All throughout high school. All throughout junior and senior year of high school, yeah. I talked to this guy online pretty much every single day, and then in school he ignored me.
What a little bitch.
I know. And now I think he's gay? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he just maybe looks it. All right, so now we have it's question time for all you fun folks. Hold on. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So first of all, we did a poll. Which one are you guys more scared of, aliens or robots? And the majority did say robots.
Really?
Yeah, and actually, a good friend of mine, we'll call her Florida/Texas gal. She, I don't know if you know her actually. She's a girlfriend of a comedian that I get along with them very well. Anyways, point is that she was saying that
in Florida now?
No.
Oh.
Anyways, she was saying that that the reason that she's more scared of robots is because they can probably speak English. So she would know what is about to happen before it happens. Where she said that with an alien, she would just be blissfully unaware. That was her point, which I thought was interesting.
That is interesting. I would love to say that I am more scared of robots. But I'm not. Because, have you seen some alien movies and what they make these things look like?
Not only are they crazy looking, but also they sometimes do this thing where they live inside of people and then they come out of their stomachs.
Horrifying.
Cloverfield.
I can't handle it.
No.
I can't.
Like once you get bit by one of them, then all of a sudden you explode from an alien or something.
Yeah, I'm too visually creeped out by things for robots to be what scares me more. I'm not afraid of metal. Okay? But I am afraid of something that would grow inside of me and come out and then, like, consume me.
Well, you also know that an alien death would be much more hardcore than a robot death. Robot death, they probably...
like pew-pew lasers into
that'd be it. Yeah. But alien death, no, you're getting ripped a new one.
Yeah, for sure.
And what actually aligns with this is a question from our brother. Do aliens live among us? If so, who are they? I do believe they live among us, but I think they're underwater.
That checks out.
Yep.
I'll agree with that statement.
I think they're keeping tabs on anything underneath, because you know what's underneath this land? Is your land, this land is water. More water is eventually underneath the surface of this land.
I think it makes sense that the aliens would come from the sea. Another reason to not go into the water.
Don't go in the water. Deep water? Like when people are like, oh, I'm going deep sea diving, I'm like, get out of here.
I have enough stressors in my day-to-day that I don't need to do things like that.
Do you really need to see an anglerfish? Do you really need to see one?
I think a photo is good enough. I think a photo is fine enough. A video.
They're probably lovely people, though.
Lovely people, the anglerfish?
Yeah, they're probably just lovely.
Misconstrued.
Yeah.
The way that
like, I understand that...
Many people are.
Okay, and then we have another question from I believe, what did I call him last time? Nice Guy Portland? Pretty sure. A theory that college is a pyramid scheme.
You know, there was a girl who tried to get us involved in a pyramid scheme when we were in college. That's how I know that they are different.
Because how could you, well, you could do a pyramid scheme within a pyramid scheme. But no, I remember that presentation. That was very strange because she made it seem as though we were about to go on a vacation.
So what was very weird was that there was a girl, and this is no shame to this girl, although it was bizarre. She invited us and somebody else from our class to go to her apartment, but she wouldn't tell us why we were going to her apartment. So we said, can we meet somewhere else, because we didn't know her, really. And it was like, you're not going to tell us why we're coming over?
I think I thought she was going to kill us.
That checks out.
Yeah.
But, so she invited us to this conference room at the university.
It ended up being worse.
And she started playing a video, and that's when we were like, oh, you couldn't tell us why you were having us over, because obviously if you told us, we wouldn't come, because this is so stupid. It was an awful pyramid scheme. It even had a pyramid in the PowerPoint.
Yeah, isn't the whole thing that you're not supposed to make it look like that? But I think she was a new schemer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah. I think it was her first scheme, and she didn't really have that many friends in college, which,
right.
How could you if you're doing pyramid schemes? It's hard to make friends, even harder to keep them, I would say. Because at first we were like, oh, she wants to hang out. Yeah, we'll hang out. And then it's like, oh, yeah, just come to my apartment, but I can't tell you why. And it's like, the fuck?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It was very strange. And I don't know if she was like, why do they have a problem coming to my apartment? And it's like, well, because you're not saying it's just to hang out. You're saying it's for something, but you can't tell us what. That's bizarre.
It's not my birthday coming up, so...
Girl.
You're not throwing me a surprise party. Because I'm always down for a surprise party.
Of course.
Even though at that point it's not really a surprise. If I'm like, I'm ready! Come on out! I show up to the pyramid scheme. Where is everybody? Come on out.
Fine.
Whoa! Surprise!
That pitch you hit just then was really nice.
Surprise! I can't do it again.
Surprise! Surprise!
A little flat. All right, team. Well, this has been a fun episode.
Yeah, I've had a great time.
Yeah, through the coughing and through the...
I tried.
I know you did. I asked you. I said, you think you're going to make it all the way?
Well, I mean, I think there were only a couple of moments where
you were coughing and I'll cut it out. All right. Well, look, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe and do all the good things. Give us a 5-star review. All right, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe, and please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Feel free to follow us on Instagram on our personal ones. This is Kelly Ryan. I am Allie Ryan, and NIGHTCOOP Podcast. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.